Section 1 of the Natural History, Volume 2. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Chris Daines. The Natural History, Volume 2 by Pliny the Elder. Translated by John Bostock and Henry Thomas Riley. Section 1. Book 6. An account of countries, nations, seas, towns, havens, mountains, rivers, distances, and peoples who now exist or formerly existed. Chapter 1. The Euxine and the Mariandyni. The Euxine Sea, which in former times had the name of the Axenus, from the savage and inhospitable character of the nations living on its borders, by a peculiar whim of nature, which is continually giving way before the greedy inroads of the sea, lies between Europe and Asia. It was not enough for the ocean to have surrounded the earth and then deprived us of a considerable portion of it, thus rendering still greater its uninhabitable proportion. It was not enough for it to have forced a passage through the mountains, to have torn away Calpe from Africa, and to have swallowed up a much larger space than it left untouched. It was not enough for it to have poured its tide into the Propontis through the Hellespont, after swallowing up still more of the dry land, for beyond the Bosphorus as well it pours with its insatiate appetite upon another space of immense extent, until the Maeotian lakes unite their ravening waters with it as it ranges far and wide. That all this has taken place in spite, as it were, of the earth, is manifested by the existence of so many straits and such numbers of narrow passages formed against the will of nature, that of the Hellespont being only 875 paces in width, while at the two Bosphori the passages across may be effected by oxen swimming, a fact from which they have both derived their name. And then besides, although they are thus severed, there are certain points on which these coasts stand in the relation of brotherhood towards each other. The singing of birds and the barking of dogs on the one side can be heard on the other, and an intercourse can be maintained between these two worlds by the medium even of the human voice, if the winds should not happen to carry away the sound thereof. The length of the borders of the Euxine from the Bosphorus to the lake Maeotis has been reckoned by some writers as 1,438 miles. Aristophanes, however...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?